Morning folks, Nigel here from Ambling Trails. Great to see you again. So last night, fairly windy, quite a bit of rain as well, but I managed to get to sleep eventually. Not had a great night, but enough to get me by, I would hope. What was helpful was the fact I was in this kind of enclosed space with like wall on three sides. So that was pretty lucky, particularly given the conditions. So yeah, the plan for today, just hang on a minute. There we go. I need to hop over this wall and get down into the valley there, not too far down the side of the hill, and then essentially keeping below, in fact, right just there in the distance, kind of like the second wall along, I can just see the gate that I'm going through. And where that wall goes up there through the valley, that is essentially what I'm following. So I'm going through what's called Black Sail Pass, and then the plan is to hit Buttermere and get some way towards Keswick. Oh, look at that sunlight on the edge of the mountain there. Oh, that's so nice. Definitely less talking, let's get walking. So this is the stream or waterfall that I'll be following. Stream, more like a river at the moment. You can tell we had some rain last night. But yeah, I'm following this as we go along in Black Sail Pass. Yes, that's what I've just come down. It's pretty steep, but the good luck was the fact that it wasn't really wet, which I have come down it. In fact, when I did the Lakeland 100 and it was wet once, that was awful. So this is on the end of the Black Sail Youth Hostel, and it says some interesting things. Look at this, the open road as it were, along Buttermere, 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, nobody in sight. So I've just come through Buttermere. I stopped for coffee and cake, of course, and I can tell you that the toilets cost 30p, but it does accept cards, which is pretty good, and thankfully. So now I'm heading over towards Newlands, which is just outside of Keswick, following what's called Sail Beck, and then on when you get to the top it's Rigg Beck, I think, down towards Newlands. So yeah, I'd probably spent half an hour or so in Buttermere, and certainly where the cafe is. Things were pretty busy, lots of people arriving into the car park. So yeah, it's about 11:30 now, and I'm hoping I can make it to Keswick, because if I get to Keswick I can possibly have fish and chips for tea tonight. That would be a welcome change. Right, let's get going. Less talking, more walking. Of course I could be in a car, cautiously going down the road, or I would have to be going up the road, of course. And I bet their road signs are not as natural as mine. This pile of stones here denotes the fact that the two paths split, and we're taking the left one, which goes higher. If you take the right one, you actually end up in boggy ground, as I know from past bad experience. So yeah, we're going higher now. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's the path I've come up. Path is too grand a word, feels more like a sheep track. Yeah, I'm just coming up here now, taking a bit of a breather. Yeah, nearly there. Oh, come on Nigel, you can do this. Oh. And this track is tiny. I keep clicking my ankles because of how narrow it is. Just taking a short break, gathering my wits, regenerating, because the path I'm about to follow looks quite a bit sketchy in places, shall we say. Yeah, there's one or two bits I'm a little bit worried about. We shall see how we get on.
So this was the bit I was worried about, but when you actually get close to it, it's not too bad. Just don't look down.
So the crinkle top mountain over there with the 3 bumps is Coulsey Pike, and that has a ridge line that goes over to Scar Crag, and that's connected to Sail, although I think it's a bit behind that in reality. That makes it lower than it actually is. Yeah, so quite a number of Wainwrights. In fact, we're surrounded by Wainwrights, and that's a good ridge line of Wainwrights. So I've counted about 7 different people up on Coulsey Pike, but I've been on this valley now for 2 hours and not seen a single person. I love how that sign says Buttermere 4.5 miles. It's quite casual. I should say 4.5 miles. Bog, high path, sheep path, scree. I don't know. It's not just 4.5 miles. It takes a lot more. You could get very deluded into believing that might be an easy path. The path there says we're going to Skelgill. And you might not recognise that hill from this angle, but that's actually Catbells. So obviously Derwent water is over the other side. And that is the direction we're going in. Well, thank goodness for that. Miles without Styles route. And apparently we're on the Derwent walk. So I was thinking to myself, wonder what those people across on the island are having for tea. I bet it's not free-dries food. Yes, I am having fish and chips tonight. I thought I would have a change. Oh, and I've also got, yep, can of ginger beer. That will cheer me up. Cheers. So behind me you can see Derwent water. I've just come through Keswick, and Keswick was my main target today, which actually means I've done 30 kilometres, and now I've got to try and find somewhere to wild camp. I think my favourite spot at the moment is the idea of trying to find somewhere on the eastern side, so kind of over in that direction. Right, so that would mean I've probably got about another 5k to do. That will certainly help me sleep tonight. Anyhow, I've had my fish and chips, so at least I don't have to cook. So there you go, we have Keswick in the distance. Well, I'm now following the lake from north to south. On this path here to Ashness Bridge. But if I can find a camp spot, then that would be good, as it's getting quite late now. Don't know about a host of daffodils. I think here we have a lonely daffodil. So that's where I'm heading, just past Ashness Bridge. According to that, 170 metres, 5 minutes. And boy, do I need it. And of course it's not just the bridge, it's beyond that, to try and find a spot. I finally arrived at my wild camp spot, and as you can tell, I'm overlooking Derwentwater, which is absolutely gorgeous. Very quiet and very still. And it's about 9:15, so I'll be pulling in soon. And then yeah, in the morning we're off to Rosthwaite and possibly Grasmere, I think it is, we're heading over towards. Today's been a good day. I achieved, I think, quite a lot by doing 35k, coming over from Wasdale and obviously getting to Keswick, and then just a bit beyond Keswick as well. So, a good day all in all. I'll briefly show you a camp spot in a little while, but for now let's enjoy the views. See you later. No, actually, I'll see you in the morning. Bye for now, folks.